Good afternoon from Little Creek Bee Ranch. We're here at Hilltop and we're going to be opening up a hive and administering some Wintergreen Grease. Jim's our bee apprentice for the summer, been with us since the springtime and all through the summer into fall, doing a great job, learning a ton. And we're going to have him take off that top medium. And we have our Wintergreen Grease right down here in the bucket. And we're going to inspect the top here. And if the tops are empty, we're going to pull 3 frames to make room for a sugar block. And he's going to take the screen off and take it away. We don't want it, that's a summertime tool. So we have our inner cover right down there we're going to put on. He's going to go for the heart frame or towards the middle to see if there's anything at all. And if there's nothing much up top, then we're going to shift and we're going to jockey frames around to open up the middle. About 3 or 4 frames will come out. And the medium then becomes our cavity with which we can put in sugar block. Okay, so I'm seeing that nobody has drawn anything up top, so I already know that we're going to jockey frames around. Now bees get real conservative in fall time and they just are reluctant to make much wax at all, conserving energy. They've packed everything down below, which is fine with me. I'm not going to fuss about that. But see, they haven't built anything inside there. So he's simply going to remove 3 or 4 frames in the middle. Enough width, probably one more. Yeah. Shake off any bees, find their way home. Yep. Okay, now that cavity he has created is big enough for us to put in a block of sugar here in the next week or 2. We've already made up some blocks and distributed them. We'll make up some more and come back out. So now I don't have anything, any wax on either side built in. They just went ultra conservative. They're not building any wax. That's okay. We'll now use the medium box as a spacer. So take that medium box off, set it to our right. Yep. And our objective here is to get some good wintergreen grease on the colony. Beetles will leave one colony and fly like a June bug to another. So we're not giving them any opportunity to go to any other place. Now tell me what kind of bees we have. Are we thick, thin? How many frames?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 frames. Okay, so point to the left and right frames width.
From here to
okay,
here.
See his hands from there to there. So keep your hands there. So we're going to lay in grease from where he's talking about, and we're going to use this rib of the queen excluder to lay in grease right along that width, that wide gap right there. So he's going to lay in some wintergreen grease for us.
You want me to pull these frames up?
No.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
Well, they're not on the rabbit.
Oh, they're not on the rabbit.
2 of them aren't on the rabbit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay, see, he noticed something. Frames have fallen off the rabbit ledge. So now, see, good catch, because I wasn't watching. So he's going to pry up the queen excluder. And we don't want it, we just want to do it gently. Now he's going to look for the queen on the bottom of the queen excluder, because you really don't want to set her down on the ground. Ooh, lots of propolis. Now I pay attention to how much propolis is laid down. See all that sticky stuff on the edge? Lots of propolis there. Are the bees lively? I always want to ask myself, are they viable? If I look at these bees, are they moving around lively? Are they viable? Because if they're sickly bees, they're not going to be milling around like this. Sick bees are real lethargic. So they look pretty good to me. We got quite a few. Okay, now I'm looking here and I'm seeing good things. There's comb and honey down in there. I don't know if you can see it, all the way to the edge. And if I go over here, I can see on the edge there's comb and honey right on that edge there as well, the outer frames, which is good. It tells me they've been packing everything down below, which is fine. No problem. Now he's going to monkey those frames up. I'll let you do it.
Well, they Propolis it in some place.
Yeah, they stuck it down there, man. And you do it. That's easy. Ooh, yeah, a little pop. It's okay. Yep. Sometimes frames aren't all the same size. Did it work?
Yeah, that one did. Come on, girls.
I'm going to go on his other side all the way around. Sorry. Now we can see. You gotta be real gentle. Yep. That propolis really sticks everything together. Just kind of get your frames, that middle one there too. Yep. Kind of weird, maybe. Yeah. Just trying to get the edge of the frames up on the rabbit before they get it all. Yep. Yep. Kind of weird, huh? Yeah. That's okay. That'll work. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a good group. They're not packed chock full in there, but they're viable and they ought to be good for winter. We'll take good care of them and put on some. So I would put wintergreen. Oh, I would run it from here, from frame number 2 to frame number 8. What is there? 9. There's 9 frames in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd run it from 2 to 8.
Okay.
2 to 8 front and back. Yep, and he's going to use this queen excluder as kind of a guide for that first rib left and right. People have asked how much to put on, how far into the brood nest. I use a queen excluder, and I keep my queen excluders on all year. Sorry folks, that's the way I run. Come springtime they'll balk at them and you'll lose a month of honey production. But that's me. So I train them, teach them how, make them go up and down. Ain't gonna hurt them. So wintergreen grease goes on, and it'll probably end up being 2 or 3 spoonfuls. And he's gonna just work it in there. And we're wanting this to last quite a few months. Ought to last them a while. This is the reason I'm filming this is I've had a number of questions about how much and where to put it. And if you'll use your queen excluder as kind of a guide, that's just the right thickness from the back of the box forward to that first rib of that queen excluder right there. Yep. So we want to, put in. Yep. He's going to smush it just right on down through there. Yep. The front. Yep. Do the front as well. Yep. Can you do it? Yep. So he's just going to spritz them out of the way. Not a problem. They'll move out of the way. Yeah. This is how we do it. And we have about 8 more of these to do today, and we'll call her good for today. Trying to get all this done before some of the bad weather comes in. We're running a little bit behind, but that's okay. All the bees that I've seen so far in 27 colonies now have been really good, and we've got 3 nukes on the property that are pretty resilient, and so we're going to baby them, see if we can get them on through wintertime. We got sugar blocks on them. We took care of them yesterday. Yeah, yeah, that's good. And he's going to go back on with the box. Yep. That medium box. And I tell you what, take it off, sorry, back up, and use your brush. Show them how we brush that rib, that edge. You take that brush, there's just a paint brush, and get some grease on it. Then he's going to brush that edge, so it allows the box to come up easier next time. They'll still try to seal it, it's okay. Just a little tip, little trick, how to get your boxes apart easier. Take the time, put some grease down on the edge, and it's not going to hurt the bees or the wood, chase off some beetles, and then he can put his box on, put his medium box back on. Yep, now they're packed with honey down low, so I'm not worried about them for a while. I'll come back in with a good sugar block and put in the middle, down the middle, so my medium box now acts as a spacer. So he's got it squared up, goes on with an inner cover. There's my inner cover. Yep, no problem. Square it up. And it goes on with the outer lid. And the brick. Here we go. Well done. That's how we do it. Have a good day.